Today's lesson is Chapter 4, Lesson 2, on pages 257 through 260 in your book and online. Our objective is I can use base 10 blocks to divide by a two-digit divisor. Vocabulary is divisor, dividend, and quotient. Question 1. The block in the video is equal to blank. Question 2. How do you check a division problem? All right, so look for those answers as we watch this clip.
Divide by two-digit divisors. Jamie is saving up to buy a guitar that costs $180. Suppose he saves for 12 months. How much money does he need to save each month? Find 180 divided by 12. We'll use base 10 blocks to find the quotient. First, model 180 using base 10 blocks. This block represents 100. This block represents 10. Since there are 8 of them, they represent 80. Now, divide. Since there is only one hundredths block, we can't divide it equally into 12 groups. So regroup the hundredths block into tens. Now there are 18 tens blocks. Divide the tens equally into 12 groups. There is 1 10 in each group. There are still 6 tens that need to be divided. The 6 tens cannot be divided equally into 12 groups, so regroup the remaining tens as ones. The 6 tens will become 60 ones. Now divide the ones equally into 12 groups. That will add 5 ones to each group. Each group contains 1 10 and 5 ones, totaling 15. So $180 divided by 12 is $15. Let's check our answer using multiplication. $15 times 12 equals $180. Our answer is correct. To buy the guitar in 12 months, Jamie needs to save $15 each month.
All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this in your book. I'm on page 257. So with this problem, similar to the video we just watched, Gary wants to buy a trumpet this time, and it cost $156. So we can figure this out with base 10 blocks. So you might remember this when we use base 10 blocks to divide dividends by one-digit divisors. So it's the same process. This time we just have two-digit divisors. So first we would get out the base 10 blocks, and we'd have to have 100. So there's the 100 block. And then we have to have 5 10 blocks, right? Because there's 56. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 10 blocks. And then there's 6 ones. So there's our 6 ones. Now we can make them into groups. We have to have 12 groups because we're dividing by 12. So we can't separate the hundredths block into 12 groups. So we can regroup that into tens. So remember, if we're regrouping it into tens, there would be 10 tens in 100. So I'll go ahead and put that on. So now there are 15 tens total because we had 10 tens in the 100. We had that 5 other tens from the 156, and we have 6 ones. So now we can divide those tens into 12 equal groups. So we can circle our groups. Okay, so now we have 3 tens left over and 6 ones. So we still got to figure those out, how those can be divided. So let's go to the next page. Okay, so we have to turn those 3 tens into ones, right? Because we can't split the 3 tens up into 12 groups equally. So we have to turn those into ones. So that would be 30 ones, and then we have the original 6 ones. So now we have 36 ones that we have to divide into 12 groups. So they worked it out here, and what they found was that there was 3 ones in each group. So every group ended up with 1 10 and 3 ones, so 13. So then we know that 156 divided by 12 is $13. So he had to save $13 a month. So then we can check with multiplication. 13 times 12, and we get $156. So we were correct. Okay, so let's look back to our questions. And question 1, the block in the video is equal to blank. And question 2 is how do you check a division problem? So remember, we're trying this on Google Forms, so don't forget to put your name, your teacher's, your homeroom teacher's last name, and then answer these questions. Thanks.